already, but if not, please check it out, man. Really entertaining broadcast. Up next, though, we have our second place finalist right here. Congratulations to 2GG Void for making it thus far in the tournament. How do you feel, my good man? It's a pleasure seeing you here in Las Vegas.
Thank you. Actually, I feel really great.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm not too down about the losses.
Okay.
Because when it comes to playing like a really good set, it's really hard to be disappointed about losing. Because like, wow, like I played my heart out. I did really good. And like as I'm stepping off the stage, I'm like, wow, you know, that was a really good smash. Like that was great.
It definitely was. Like TK and myself, while we were watching the matches, there's just so much information that we were gathering from the exchanges between you two guys. And I had to ask Nairo from his perspective, what were some of the things that he was expecting, things that he was trying to avoid. And while I was talking to him, one of the things that he was mentioning to me is that, you know, coming into facing you, he knows that, you know, the up tilts are one of the things that he tries to watch out for, because once you get an up tilt, it leads to just a crazy string of combos. And there are times even too where you take a break in your pressure, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, uh-oh, Void's waiting for something. it's probably going to be a setup. I'm going to have to be careful. So there have been a lot of times when Nairo's like, when do I stop? When do I go? When I'm at the edge? Should I go for those ledge hops? No, because he's up smashing me for it. So maybe I should jump, fade back or something.
Yeah. He's really good at mixing up, like, it's really hard to read where he's going to short hop.
Yeah.
Like, even though he's short hopping so much, he keeps mixing it up just by moving, like, ever so slightly. To the point where I think I only tried to do, like, a running up smash once, and I missed, and I was like, that's it. Never again. Yeah. Like, way too hard to catch him on his spacing. It's so good. It was crazy.
Yeah, dude. Overall, I was going to ask, how did you feel about the winners finals set? You could go from start to finish, any, like, whatever train of thought that you had going into it. Like,
well,
before, in the middle, after?
Winners finals going into it, I felt pretty confident.
Yeah.
Well, not like confident in the fact that I would win the set, but confident in the fact that regardless of the result of the set, I would be able to learn enough to where if I fight Nairo again, it would be a better set. Because I've actually never fought a really good Zero Student tournament. This is my very first time. I haven't fought Mars, I haven't fought Anti, and I haven't fought Nairo or Choco.
Okay.
So I knew however the first set went, I had to just take it as a learning experience, try my best to learn as much as I can. If I lose, that's where it gets rough, because it's like, oh, you know, I spent all that time learning just to lose in losers finals.
Yeah. And
of course it would still be a really good experience, but I wouldn't get the run back that I wanted. So majority of winners finals, I was like, I just don't want Nairo to run over me, and I want to use this set to figure out what habits of mine he's punishing so I can mix it up the next time.
Yep. I have to say though, one of the craziest set games in the winners finals. Which one was it where you just completely decimated Nairo? Was it game 4 or 3? I can't remember. But
in grand finals?
No, in winners. Because in winners you definitely played like, I think it was a Smashville game. Can't quite remember.
I don't think it was in winners, because in winners, the game that I won, he SD'd.
He SD'd? Okay, yeah, he SD'd. Because Nairo mentioned in winners finals you destroyed him, but probably mixing it up with grand finals.
Yeah, I think it was grand finals, because grand finals on Smashville game 3. I think it was game 3.
Yeah.
Because
grand finals we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Smashville, because game 4 was FDN and Duck Hunt.
So yeah, game 3. I think I just got a Smashville combo on him. I was like, oh, that sucks. Like, that's very unfortunate. And then second stock, I actually could have killed him by the same concept, but I did up tilt, and I didn't want to choke. So I just went up tilt bouncing fish, and I was like, okay, this is fine. And then when he recovered, I was like, the whole second set, I was like, you know, Nairo's been doing a lot of ledge drop double jump.
Yeah.
And of course, I can punish that with up smash. But like we talked about, he was spacing the way he moves during his jumps so well that I didn't want to rely on up smash. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to spike him. And I didn't even like roll to the ledge. I just spaced myself properly, turned around, and just dared. And it worked. And I was like, dang. Like, I was really impressed myself that I actually put it off. It was a nice feeling.
Yeah, that was, I mean, just even hearing the audio cue when you land a spike on someone is super satisfying, you know?
It's very reminiscent of, like, Brawl. Because Brawl, there was a lot more audio cues when you just know the other guy's going to die.
Oh, yeah.
In this game, it's a lot... It's not as obvious. Instead, you have the visual cue of the Black Lightning.
Yeah, that's it.
But there's still those moves. Like even like Zero Suit up B, like Meta Knight up B. But Meta Knight up B and Zero Suit up B, I don't think it's as loud as Sheik's there.
Yeah, not at all.
Maybe Fox up smash? Fox up smash.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a boom
Yeah.
with the up smash. But like when you hit with a spike, there's like a,
like a thunderclap.
Yeah,
Just
like it's like
you're done.
So good. But overall, man, I mean, outside of Nairo, were there any players that you felt like gave you a tough time in the bracket that you'd like to give the a shout out to?
Let me see. Who did I fight in quarters?
Actually,
I fought Calculus in quarters.
Calculus.
So
Calculus, was he?
He was a Bayonetta.
Bayonetta.
So
yeah.
Prior to that match, like I didn't really have my head in as much in the game as I wanted to. So game 1, I was playing really lazy. Game 2, he SD'd and he killed me off the side twice with the fair up E, fair up E, and I was like, wow, like.
I didn't know that was an actual true thing, but it looks like, I mean, I saw 9B do it on the Australian stream yesterday.
Yeah.
It's like boom, boom, boom,
it's so crazy.
Boom. Yeah,
I've never been on the receiving end of it. And when you're just getting hit, you're like, uh-oh, oh no, uh-oh, no.
You just explode off the side of the screen. Really nuts. Then after that, you face Scat, actually.
Yeah, so my matches against Scat were actually the matches looked closer than they were. It was one of those. So game 1, I could tell he was playing really nervous, and I got his first stock relatively easily.
Yeah.
But then he brought it all the way back. I was at like 80%. I would data up tilt, and I killed him. But even though it was so close, it was still one of those matches where I had control for the most part.
Yeah.
So even though it was close, it wasn't like close in like the mental game. And then game 2 was pretty much the same thing in my opinion, except he wasn't playing nervous from the start.
Okay.
So that was really scary because since the games were like close percentage-wise, it was very easy for me to just lose a game. Like if I just get hit by one wrong move or miss one move, I die. And then game 3, he went Cloud, and I gimped him at like 60, and that's the end of the story.
Yeah, dude. I have to say I was really impressed with your up throw usage in this tournament. Watching Mr. R's pre-patch Sheik back in the days, he'd only go for up throw whenever the opponents were like a percentage, where if down throw was just not a good option to go for. You have been going for up throws at much earlier percentages than I expected, to the point where there are times where people get caught off guard with the immediate up air, or you'd wait for them to double jump. And as I see them drift away, you'd catch them with like a bouncing fish or something else. It's a really sick setup.
It's hard. It's very difficult because you have to have like all the variables match up. Like if I up throw, are you gonna do an aerial? If you do an aerial, then you beat my up air, but I can up smash you. But since you're doing an aerial and you're probably gonna fast fall it, are you gonna go left or are you gonna go right? So I already have to guess like 3 correct things in order to get that up smash.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, if you do an aerial, are you a character where the aerial will just clean out beat the up air, or do I have to like delay the up air so I can beat out your aerial? Or if you jump away, are you gonna jump away air dodge, or are you gonna jump away and just do nothing? There's so many situations that make up throw really difficult to use, but I guess for me, I always like. Of course, a lot of players always try to take mental notes, like what is this player doing? What does this player keep doing? And I think I'm really good at that in terms of just guessing what option a player is gonna do when they get thrown into a certain situation.
Okay.
So it's like it's not like real, but the fact that all of these variables can add up to make it real.
Yeah.
So if you make it real, then it's real, but
Void 2016. If you make it real, it's real, ladies and gentlemen.
That's what people told me when I was an up-and-coming player. Because I was like, a lot of the combos I do, they're not completely true. And they're like, but you make them true. Like, if you set up the situation correctly, whether or not it's like a real thing, if you get the right things correct, then it's pretty much real. So I always try to think of that. Like, even if something's not a true combo in training mode, not a true combo if they DI.
Yeah.
Like, against Larry, there's this thing where, of course, a lot of people are starting to DI Sheik's back throw away if she's facing, like, off stage, so that way you go flying off. But if you back throw and you have a bit of room to run, you can back throw dash bouncing fish and you can catch them. And I got Larry with that at like 90, and he was very surprised. And that's not real, but it's real. Like, it worked. So it's very hard to like determine what you really want to do in this game, especially with Sheik after the nerfs.
Yeah.
So hard.
Yeah. Definitely have to start digging into your bag of tricks, man. It's really scary. Speaking of Larry Lurr, how did you feel about facing off against them this tournament?
I was so scared.
Oh.
I was like before our match, I was actually shaking, and like I was talking to Z about it, because usually when I get nervous, I'll talk to people. They're like, yeah, like I'm so nervous, I'm shaking. And the last time I faced Larry Lurr was at KawaiCon in Hawaii, and we actually went 1-1 in sets. I reset it on grand finals, and then he 3-0'd me. But the 3-0, the first 2 games were really close. So I thought about it for a while. I was like, am I just going to go Fox? Like, am I just going to go Fox to combat the DK? And then if he goes Fox, I'll just ditto him. But the more I thought about it, the more I wanted to play Sheik. And I was like, you know, I can do this with Sheik.
Yeah.
And I feel like the first set, I was doing a really good job of stopping Larry from playing the way he wanted to. And then the second set actually has a good story. So
let's go.
Game one he went Fox, and he was like, you know what, let's try Lilat. And I was like, oh, Fox on Lilat, like, that's not good. And I just got destroyed by up tilt dash decks. I didn't even like edge guard him. I was like, wow, this sucks. And going into game 2, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go FD. Larry picked Sonic, and I only had one headphone in. And as I'm putting on like the second one, I just hear Nairo go, let's go Void. And that actually like put my head in the game, and it got me to focus a lot more. So it was still hard, like fighting Larry, of course, but I have to give that set win to like Nairo.
Wow.
Because Nairo just like cheering is very underrated.
It is, dude.
Like it's such a good tool that spectators can use to help players that they like watching.
Look at that, guys. So if ever you see Void playing, just yell, "Let's go Void, man."
Let's go Void.
It'll go very far. It'll go very far. But yeah, overall, good stuff. Any final closing shoutouts before we move on?
Shoutouts to Nairo for some great sets. Shoutouts to Bear TOing the tournament. Shoutouts to everybody in top 8 for just being great. Yeah, being great players. Shoutouts to all of Vegas, Vegas Smash Scene. Finally, 2GG. 2GG for just being a great sponsor. They're actually really amazing. People don't know. Both as a sponsor and as like a tournament host in SoCal.